Hello there everyone and welcome to the final race that I'm going to be taking part in on the Makuri Maze series on Swift. What's this one called? Free Village Loop, 2 laps around it. So yeah, we're in the free fade of 450 pen, me sitting around about 411 on the Swift Racing score side of life. So yeah, I thought I'd give this one a bash. Yeah, Bank Holiday Monday, just after 11 o'clock, so yeah, not much of a warm-up as usual, just get on the bike just with enough time to go and then roll on from there. So the last zRacing was up the kind of similar climb, I believe, as well, which you can see on the graphic. It's the one that did hurt my legs the last time round, but I managed to just drift back, but was made to climb back onto the leading pack eventually. But this time round we're going up kind of like 2 times, so I was quite apprehensive on how I was going to do on this climb. So as we start, I just settle in at first, and as usual with me, I just see how the legs are feeling and try and gauge something, but the usual kind of crazy swift start. But I'm not trying to panic too much, just sitting on the wheels and just making sure that I'm not flying back too hard, and yeah, away we go really. So yep, at this point we're coming up to the first of the climb, so I'm just trying to keep myself in the pack, save a little bit of energy, and yeah, just kind of try and roll myself forward for the start of the climb itself. I kind of get to the front. I just not wanting to set the tempo hard. I just want to just get there and try and get up there not as quick as possible, but be within the pack as they start coming past me, so that at least that way I can try and draft some wheels as they come by. But for the large part of this first part of the climb anyway, I'm pretty much at the front, not intentionally, but you know, it's I'll take it for what it is, and yeah, so we just work our way up to the climb. I'm using the Swift place just to maneuver myself around and give myself a good position on the road, shortest route and all that good stuff. And yeah, as you can see, for the most part of the climb anyway, the first part of the climb I was there at the front. Obviously once it starts flattening off and that kind of rolling effect, I do start to go back a bit, but again I'm still within that pack, which I'm happy with. So we come up to the next part of the climb coming up in a moment. This is the bit I'm probably more apprehensive about. So like I said, from the last time I went up here, I did eventually get dropped. Now obviously we've come up a different way, but still I was slightly nervous of what it would happen and what would happen on this climb. And I'm already kind of in the middle of the pack as well, which isn't good. I should have really positioned myself better at the front. So again, the same plan as the first time I went up, well not the first time, but the initial part of the climb where I was at the front and I could have drafted some wheels. So yeah, at this point then I'm just putting a quick surge in, just to try and push myself up to the front. Again, not wanting to fall back too far behind. So yeah, at this point here I do slightly drop the ball. I didn't put enough pressure or didn't put enough watts in, so I am slowly kind of drifting back, and as you can see the riders are pushing on. So realising this, I'm just putting a small dig in again just to get to the pack and making sure that I'm not getting dropped too far off. So at this point then on the descent, I'm realising that it's not all downhill to the finish. There is a slight climb, which is we're just coming up to now, and yeah, so I'm actually a little bit at the back here as well, which becomes a bit of a drama because the front start to push slightly, and obviously because I'm finding myself out of position, I need to actually put a bit of effort in now to try and make sure I don't get dropped through this kind of this section of the course here. So yeah, it gets have to start pushing some high numbers on the watts shortly, just to make sure that I am still on and I don't get dropped, which I try and do. And fortunately, I don't actually find myself getting spat out of the back. And with that then, yep, first lap done. So yeah, coming up to the second time up to the climb. This time my legs aren't feeling obviously as good as they were the first time round, so I'm just trying to just sit in the pack this time, try not do anything crazy at the front, and just in my head I'm thinking just respond to any kind of attacks that happen, and stick with it. I do have a feather power up, but I'm just trying to think of the best moment to do it. Look at the profile. I'm thinking just try and survive the first part of this climb and use it at the second point, because that second climb, I don't know why, but it just sits in my head as like the place where I'm most likely going to get dropped. So I just aim just to survive this part, get out of the saddle if I need to, and then go from there. So yeah, getting to the second part of the climb, I do find myself in a position I don't want to be in, and I'm actually at the back. I really wanted to be at least in the top of the top third of the group. So obviously immediately I'm having to think about maybe putting a dig in just to get myself back on. I've seen a few feathers being dropped, so I decided as well that I'm going to have to drop some feathers to respond to what happens. And yeah, I'm slowly working my way through, which is okay. So I'm not entirely panicking, but I do know that I'm not in the best position, that if anyone at the front does try to pull away and I am in that position where I'm too far back, I may not be able to catch back on. So I do manage to keep myself in the kind of the main group. I notice there's one rider though that does start to kind of pull away quickly. So I am slightly worried, but I'm hopeful that other riders are going to respond to it, so that I can just try and draft their wheels and keep either the tempo. But I do decide just to have a small dig just coming up shortly, where I just make sure that I'm keeping the power up, so that I'm not getting dropped. Notice that because it's only one rider at the front as well, and no one else really is responding too aggressively, that we most likely are going to be able to bring back any attacks, which we do. So yeah, we're now on the kind of flatter part now. I do find that I have kind of drifted back again, and realise that I'm going to just need to just work hard until we get to the kind of descent, so that I'm not getting dropped with the speed. And yeah, I'm just sticking with the main group now, and just grateful that we're going downhill shortly, or ish anyway, so that I can just try and recover. So yeah, we're coming up to this part now of the course where I was worried about, and immediately, yeah, we got someone that has pushed some high numbers in, 7.7 watts per kilo, and even more. I didn't want to sit on that and wait for anyone else at this point, so I was at the front, so I decided to do an attack myself as well, just to try and bridge over and see who else could go over. Initially, there's only a couple of us that are trying it. As soon as I kind of get into the semi-draft, I do ease off slightly for a brief recovery, just to see what everyone else is going to do. If I have bridged it and everyone else has been sat on my wheel, then I don't want to use any more matches trying to do an attack with a kilometre to go. So I'm just focusing on trying to get this heart rate down the best I can with the short amount of time that I've got to do it in. Evaluating who's around me, as in number wise at least anyway. I don't know each rider's stats or anything like that, so I'm just gonna, it's a bit of an unknown at this point. I know, so we've got about 5 to 6 riders that have joined us, this kind of lead group now. So yeah, I'm just trying to sit the wheels and see what the finish brings. So yeah, we're just about under 400 meters to go. I am not going to sprint from like anything less than 300 at this point. I'm probably not going to do it unless I see someone else doing it first. And I see an orange number, so immediately that's kind of my cue that I need to go. So that's what I do. I start up in the numbers and seeing how far I can go. And it is quite close for the line. And yeah, I think I got the second overall, which yeah, I was pretty happy with. All things considering. So yeah, another good race and another good end to the Makuri May month. And yes, and looking at my my Swift power or my Swift stats and that, gone up to 422 on Swift Racing Score, which I was happy with. And I've finally managed to get myself back into pace category C, which I thought I was riding at anyway. But still, it's nice to see that there is some progress with all the work. But yeah, absolutely spent for that sprint, but I was really happy that I stuck with it and didn't just ease off at the end there. So yeah, overall really happy race. So yeah, if you enjoyed the content, please comment below and all that good stuff. I'll see what next month brings. I know on Monday I've got the Monday Military Madness, which I'll be commentating on the Army Cycling e-racing channel. So yeah, check on that if you want to see fun racing. Yeah, next week. So yeah, goodbye and have a good week.